Hello YouTube, and welcome. With the Battlefield 5 reveal imminent, I'd like to go through a wish list of some of the things I'd like to see added, removed, or kept. These are in no particular order, just what spilt out of my head when I thought about it. So let's begin. It would be an absolute disaster to me if BF5 is a skill gapless game. I tried to love Star Wars Battlefront, but there just isn't enough to it to really distinguish those with and without skill, and it makes it really hard for me to enjoy the game. Another thing to avoid like the plague is trying to replicate any features of COD. If the next Battlefield is futuristic, please no wall running and double jump jetpacks. I don't completely hate COD, it's just bad to be too similar. Next up, I'd love to see the guns looking at least somewhat reminiscent of real guns, and not too pew pew lasery. I'm not going to rant on it again, I just like my guns grounded in reality. Another problem I have with a futuristic setting is the possibility of DICE getting carried away with stupid scopes or abilities. Please nothing that can see through walls, and no more thermals or NVGs. This is related to the last point, and seems unlikely, but let's not have a stupid amount of pointless gadgets. Please make sure they all have a purpose, and nothing is just a gimmick. One thing I think Battlefield 4 really got right was the vehicle to infantry balance, especially the air versus infantry. Let's not go back to the aerial death that was Battlefield 3, and keep things well balanced. I would like to see Medic added as a class of its own, maybe just with access to carbines and PDWs, so you remove healing from the most powerful class. Maybe have Assault, Medic, Support, Engineer and Specialist. It would suit a 5-man squad as you could have one of each. This one is of low importance overall, but I would love to see improved destructible scenery. Forget Levolution, micro-destruction is where it's at for me. I think a feature of some armour scopes would work really well in Battlefield. They have dual scopes, similar to when you have canted iron sights at the moment. The ability to have a range scope and a close range red dot sight would work really well, I think, with the variable engagement distances of Battlefield. Something I'd really love to see fixed would be stopping roof camping. Nothing annoys me more than 5 guys all up a roof you have no access to, doing fuck all but sniping. Also, they've usually wasted an air vehicle to get there. I think we can all agree that there should be no one best weapon, and that access to the one best weapon should not be limited to the lottery winners who bought the limited, special, golden, shiny edition for £120. Another thing I feel is in a really good place in Battlefield 4 right now is the time to kill. It feels good when you shoot well and drop someone quickly, and it gives you the chance to return fire and occasionally win a firefight against a less good shot. I'd quite like to see some better soldier customization. I think with Hardline and Battlefront doing it, it's fairly likely. Sure, it makes very little difference overall, but I think it'd be a nice touch nevertheless. Please, 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 can we remove knives? Not just the counter knife, but all the knifing. If it takes 8 shots with a pistol to kill, it should take about 40 slashes of a knife. Also, it's another really stupidly shitty thing it has in common with COD. Don't you just love it when an enemy vaults over a wall and becomes invulnerable to damage? Or starts a knife animation and becomes immortal? No, me neither. I would rather no flashy animations to stupidity like this. Either fix it or remove it. I'd really like some more variable, interesting weather. We are, well, blessed is the wrong word, but we have a lot of weather in the UK. Battlefield 4 is predominantly set on a nice sunny day, usually on a tropical island of some sort. More drizzle please, and some decent mud if possible. My last, and by no means least feature, is one from a previous Battlefield. Battlefield 1943 on the Xbox was a great game, and one of the best things about it was the way the uncapped bases worked. Basically, if you killed enemy players who were still in their base, i.e. base raping them, then even though they would die, no ticket would be lost and you would receive no points. I have no idea to this day why such a good idea was never implemented again. Well, thanks for watching guys. Sorry about my croaky voice, I've been a little bit ill. Here's hoping Battlefield 5 is an awesome game and you agree with at least some of what I have to say. I'd love to hear your ideas and feedback, so comment, like and subscribe for more. See you YouTube!